Hello, I'm back again. So following on from my previous video, I explained that today is new kiln day. I've recently bought a Prometheus Pro-1. I got it from WG Ball. It's arrived nice and swiftly. I unpacked it, plugged it all in, read the instructions, got it heated up nice and swiftly this morning as expected, and I'm about to do my first firing. And I thought, well, why don't I film it? What could possibly go wrong? So what I've done is I've got some copper stars. So as my students know, these can be tricky to keep on a trivet. So I've not made it easy for myself, but it's getting up, you know, that time of year. I'm starting to think about Christmas orders, and so I will be doing quite a lot of work with Christmas stars soon. So I thought, well, what better time to get on it. So I've got some stars prepped. So I've cleaned the copper, and for this firing actually I'm using clear flux. So it's a clear transparent, it's 477 lead free clear flux. Done a nice thin dusting of the enamel, so a nice thin sieving. So you can almost see the copper. That's what you're looking for. You want a nice thin layer, so working thinner than if I was just working with opaque enamels. And I've set it on the trivet and we're ready to go. So let's see what happens. Okay, now the kiln is very hot. The kiln is 860 degrees. So I whacked it up to that this morning. I wanted to get it nice and hot for its first firing. So I reckon we're going to give it a minute in the kiln and we'll see what happens. That's what I would be doing on my other kilns. So we'll see how it works if I'm at that temperature. So, okay, what could possibly go wrong? So I'm going to film this, so we'll see how we go. So this is the Prometheus Pro-1. It's a mini kiln, designed to be very portable, great for hobbyists, great for professional enamelists, great for people running workshops, great for using it at home. It's brilliant. It's got its regulator in it, so you haven't got to worry about any other equipment. I can tell the temperature and I can program that to what I want it to be. So it doesn't time it in terms of the length of the firing, but it sets the temperature for me and it will do its best to keep it there. So that's brilliant. That's really handy. Okay, so I have my mini firing fork. I'm going to pop my safety specs on. Okay, now the instructions that come with this say that you should switch it to off before you open the kiln door. Okay, so I'm going to follow the instructions. Okay, so the kiln is off. Okay, and I'm going to pick up my piece here. Ooh, you can hear I've not got very steady hands. I've got to get it on that tile, which I'm not so used to doing. So, well, it's on. Why didn't I choose this easier shape? Okay, so I don't have very steady hands. So, you know, but I'm an enamelist, so it's not impossible. But it doesn't help when you're doing this. Okay, so we will see what that comes out like. I really didn't want to cover my tile on the first firing with lots of enamel, but that's why you use a tile. So you've got the floor of the kiln and then you have a tile on top of that floor, so that if you get it covered in enamel, you can at least replace the tile. Anyway, I'm keeping an eye on that clock because I want it to be about a minute to give it a fair chance. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not a very good clock watcher. I tend to be a bit more like, I think it's about ready. So, but I'm going to be trying to be good today and keep an eye on that. So we'll see how we go. So, when it comes out, it's likely to be very dark. We're looking for a nice shine. It doesn't have to be smooth. It might be a bit orange peely, but we're looking for a shine. It's got to have a shine on it. If it comes out and it looks like burnt sugar, then it needs to go straight back in the kiln because it's not fired for long enough. With each firing, it's going to get smoother and smoother, but we want to make sure that that enamel has securely fastened itself to the copper. So we're looking for a shine. That's always a good key. So let's have a peek. Oh, it's got to be a minute. It's got to be a minute. Okay, we'll have a look. Let's see what I've done. Okay, it's always easy to get it out. Oh yeah, look. Oh look, it's not so bad. That's not so bad. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt it slightly So obviously it's very dark right now. It's cooling, but it's very, very dark. As that cools down, you'll realise that the copper is coming through because we've just got a clear, transparent enamel. I'm pretty pleased with that actually. It's not bad, not bad. Tricky trivet, tricky shape, but it's out of the kiln. Oh, first firing. Okay, I better put this somewhere a bit safer than wheeling it around. Okay, and relax, and relax, and relax. First firing done.